Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Way of Life podcast. I'm your host, Gus Holland. Today, I'm going to be joined via Zoom by Daniel Ryjov, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. He is what I would consider a pro power lifter. He is on his way to a 700-pound plus bench PR. And right now, I'm just waiting for him to join us in this Zoom right now. But thanks to the suggestions of some listeners, I've gotten him on the podcast. So should be pretty fun here shortly. Hey, Daniel.
What's going on, man?
Oh, nothing much. You doing all right?
I'm tired, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, my nose.
No, you're good, man. Yeah, so you're currently, well, before we start, how do you pronounce your last name? It's Ryjov, right?
Yeah, you can say Ryjov.
Okay.
Ryjov, whatever.
Okay. It's Russian, right? Or
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, my cats, man.
No, you're good. You're good. I've got dogs. You'll probably hear them barking here in a little bit.
Yeah, mine are outside right now, so.
I got you. Yeah, so I've been honestly, I found out about you through a suggestion of one of the podcast listeners. I just put it out on Instagram to find out who they'd like to hear from on the podcast, and you were like one of the top names. So yeah, and so yeah. So that was probably like a month ago, and so I've just been watching your YouTube and your TikToks and stuff. So you're currently like on the way to a 700-pound bench PR?
Yeah, well, currently I'm recovering from an injury, but yes, I'm on the road to the 700-pound bench, hopefully.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll see what happens due to the torn tricep, but
Yeah.
that's still the goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, how'd you tear your tricep? I didn't know about that.
So I was doing rolling extensions.
Okay.
Essentially, it's like a mix of a skull crusher and a jam press.
Okay. Yeah.
And I usually do them on the floor, and it lets me really overload my triceps and help with my bench lockout.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I decided to do heavy dumbbells that day, or I guess technically heavy, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was dehydrated, and I didn't do it on the floor. I did it on the bench, so I overstretched the tricep just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And
Oh, dang.
I got a nice little scar now.
Yeah.
And like back here is where it tore.
Dang.
Tore the long head. It was just a 3mm tear. Nothing too bad.
Yeah.
They said I'd be fine without surgery, but I opted for it just because I'd have less pressing power without it. So.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. So when they did that surgery, do you know how they reattach it or anything? I've never.
He just put a mesh on it, stretched the tendon back out, and put a mesh.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't really anything crazy. He said it went really well. I should be back to 100% in maybe a month.
Okay.
But I'm going to take a little extra time on that because they told me realistically they want me to wait 6 months.
Yeah.
But they said I could start up in about 4 weeks. So.
Okay. That's not too bad. As far as that goes, like when you get back into it, like, I mean, given your crazy weight that you normally throw around, like what would you go down to like a normal human strength weight
So
the recovery
protocol I've actually come up with my doctor and my PT
Yeah.
is I'm going to start off with just the barbell
Okay.
for the first day.
Yeah.
And then every 4 days increase by 25 pounds.
Okay. Yeah.
So it'll be about a 50-pound increase weekly. After 12 weeks, I'll be back in the 600s, hopefully. So
Okay. No, that's
the protocol that I plan on doing.
okay. Just a
And then if that goes well, I'll just do another 12-week peak back at the 700 and then hopefully hit 700.
okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So go as far back as you feel comfortable or whatever, but like how did you I guess, start training powerlifting?
So obviously I started working out probably for sports when I
Okay.
was younger.
Yeah.
I just did it because everyone did it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah. She just wants me to pet her, man.
Yeah.
She's gonna sit here above me the whole time.
Yeah.
So I started lifting when I was like 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah.
I loved football, and my dream was to be in the NFL.
Okay.
And,
yeah, me too.
I couldn't do that without working out.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't really until I was like 20 that I realized I was as strong as I was.
Yeah.
One of my good friends back then, he was a power lifter, and I outlifted him on every lift. And I was just training to be like a football player / bodybuilder back then. And then I started powerlifting, learned proper form, followed an actual program. My bench went from like 405 to like 475 in like 6 months.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just from programming and like form technique and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I've been powerlifting, I guess, for the past 8 years.
Okay.
And I just love it now. It's I'm sure you know. Do you powerlift or?
I wouldn't necessarily. I was raised by like a bodybuilder dad, so I would say my training lends more towards that.
Right.
But I have a powerlifter physique. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just like a different feeling, man, being able to hold weight that like not many people can hold. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
You're just pushing your body to its limits in bodybuilding. You know, maybe you're doing a set of like 20 on hack squats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's that feeling afterwards. It's just rewarding.
Yeah.
So that's what I fell in love with. So.
Okay. Yeah. No, I definitely understand that. So as far as the football thing goes, back when you were younger, like when was that transition period? Like, was that probably like when you were 20? Like you were like, I'm gonna.
So I actually didn't play football in college.
Okay.
I was going to, and my coach told me that I fell under the radar.
Okay.
I had a lot of kids on my team who went D1. I was supposed to go D1, but apparently, like he said, I went under the radar.
Yeah.
I think I was all state and all sections still, so I went and played off in like the games and shit like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, just in college, like I just needed a sport. You know, I'm super competitive. And I fell in love with lifting, man. And I really wanted to be a bodybuilder. And then my arms, I felt like my arm genetics compared to my shoulders were just terrible.
Yeah.
I compared myself to all the best bodybuilders, and I realized I could never get there. So I thought, obviously. I didn't really know much about training or nutrition back then.
Yeah.
That's why I just switched to powerlifting, because, you know, I was kind of just half-assing it, and I was repping 405 in my early 20s, and my best friend, not best friend, but one of my training buddies was like, I think his best bench was like 385 or 365.
Yeah.
And I'm over here like, I don't know what I'm doing. Just kind of like,
yeah, just slinging up 400 something. Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I had a friend like that in high school that he didn't play football, he didn't lift weights or anything. I guess it was just like country strength or whatever. But he went into the gym with us one day, and like in blue jean pants, he like squat like, or no, it wasn't squat, it was leg press, but still, like, for a guy that never lifted, it was crazy. I think it was like 600 or 700 pounds, and and we were like, what the hell? But that's cool. I know when I was, I quit football like early my sophomore year of high school, just because I got like a couple concussions basically back to back. And I was like, yeah. And plus, like, our school was like a 1A. And so it's like, likelihood of NFL at this point is like, yeah. So I was like, well, I'm just going to go into the bodybuilding, fitness realm, basically. And so my dad was always like, I guess when I really like super fell into into love with lifting. I was like, 7th grade, maybe 8th grade. And, the football team had like in the summer, they did a, strength camp, and it was just like, it was actually a guy that my dad knew, but he's a power lifter, and he trained all of us. And, I put on like 30 pounds of weight, like on myself. Like I was like 145 and I went to like 175 in like a summer. And cause they were just like, yeah, he's like a giant dude. And he was like, yeah, brother, just eat as much as you can. Fucking get here every day. And we're going to like take care of you. And I was like, hell yeah. So,
in high school, my dad actually started helping with nutrition and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was very similar. It was just eat as much as I could.
Yeah.
Gain as much weight as possible. I went from like 175 at 6'2" to 242.
Oh shit. Yeah.
I think the heaviest I weighed in high school was like 252 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously I was chunkier and like I just ate everything I could.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the same thing. Yeah, my dad, because I was trying to eat kind of lean, because I already had like a little bit of a pudge, and and my dad's like, no, he's like, this is like peak testosterone. He's like, eat everything,
Dude, kids, like if they eat right and they have their nutrition and like training like 100%,
yeah, they
become freaks.
Yeah,
look at all these 18-year-olds now or 16-year-olds deadlifting like in the 700s and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's mind blowing, dude.
Yeah. No, that power camp, like I didn't get like shredded or anything, but I gained like about 30 pounds, and I would say most of it was muscle for the most part. But there was like a junior dude that he was like, I guess the alpha lifter, like the number one lifter in the thing, and he was getting like pretty pissed because I was in that. I think it was like a 2.5 month thing.
You were like
I was gaining, and he was like, what the fuck? And then they like started accusing me of steroids, but I was like, dude, I went from like 145 to 175. I just ate a lot. But
I talk to so many people about stuff like that. Like there's all these influencers who are natty.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks they're not natty just because like they look crazy shredded or they use really good camera angles.
Yeah.
And it's like there was this one guy, I don't remember his TikTok, but he weighed, I think he announced his stage weight, and he was like 148.
Oh, yeah.
And I think his arms, I think he had like 14-inch arms or something, and just on video, he looked insane.
Yeah.
But if you see him in person, dude, he's like my forearms are like 17 inches, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, not really, but you get what I'm saying. But there's so many people who don't realize like that weight difference,
Yeah, exactly.
Like you were saying, you went from 145 to like 160, 170.
Yeah.
Like that's not a lot of weight.
Yeah.
What do you weigh right now? Like 200s?
I weigh like 230 right now.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. If you were 230 and like absolutely peeled.
Yeah, that'd be way different. Yeah.
That'd be one thing.
Yeah.
Right? So
walking around with the veins like poking out of your neck and head.
My cat really wants to be in this camera, man.
Yeah.
Every time I do something, she always runs up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think it's funny that like you got accused of stuff like that at that age.
Yeah, dude. And
so I remember in high school, same thing with me. I went from like I said 170 to like 250.
Yeah.
And I was eating it was like a cup of cottage cheese every night to get casein protein in.
Yeah.
And like I would eat roast beef sandwiches with mustard and like just so much food, dude. It was awful.
Yeah.
So,
My dad, I mean, not like pissed like I was in trouble, but he did get like pissed because he was like, where'd all the eggs go? And I was like, I ate 12 for lunch, and he's like, what the fuck? And I was like, you told me to do this, So, like you created a monster, basically.
That's good,
so,
though, man. Like,
yeah.
That's the thing. I feel like, how old are you?
I'm 30. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm 28, so I was about to say, I feel like our generation, we didn't really have a lot of parents back then who were really pushing, fitness.
Yeah.
Versus like nowadays, like you have a lot of kids, where fitness is huge.
Yeah.
or at least lifting in general doesn't necessarily have to be fitness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either bodybuilding, powerlifting, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these kids have really good guidance, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
like, I feel like we got lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. Like me and you lucked out with the parents' support, you know, but, no one I knew, you know, really knew anything about fitness at all,
exactly.
You know, so.
Yeah. That's how it was with me, man. The only thing, like, I remember reading old school bodybuilding magazines to, like, learn how to program and learn how to eat, what to eat.
Yeah.
And, like, my dad would do a ton of research and stuff like that. He didn't really know either. He just started researching it. But
yeah.
Nowadays, you can hop on YouTube and you have, like, one of the best, you know, people to learn from right there, just telling you what to do and when to do it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember when bodybuilding.com like became a thing, and that's where I would go to, like you'd have to go through all these profiles and to find like somebody that knew something, and then you're like,
the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I remember looking up like Ronnie Coleman's leg day and be like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking back at it like, obviously he's enhanced. Like, there's no way a natural athlete could do his workout and get the same results. Or
Yeah.
even just do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're like,
looking at their diet, they would have like these ridiculous diets that they didn't even do.
oh.
Written out on there to like seem cool. I don't even know.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, well, a lot of those dudes, they'll get paid like 5 or 6 figures to do like a transformation with these particular products or whatever.
Right.
And it's just like, but the company has like editorial rights. So they'll do the transformation for the pictures and shit. And then the editor will just like write out a bullshit plan or like some, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
that's what we grew up with.
yeah. Yeah. Basically, like I had, my main thing was like, I would get like a couple muscle and fitness magazines per year. And then like my dad handed down, it was like a holy grail. It was just a Tom Platz book. It was like a purple cover, and but it had like so much knowledge in it, you know, and it was all tore up from when he read it. He was like, here you go, son. And I was like, fuck yes. You know, so I'm the freak at school. Like, I don't know how many times people were like, bro, are you gay? Cause it was always like muscle and fitness. So it's dudes like shredded with their shirt off. I'm like, no, man, I'm trying to learn. You know?
Dude, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's, I don't know, like back to the subject of just potential growth as a kid, man. You can be a freak. Like you said, you know, your dad said it was your prime.
Yeah.
You know, to grow.
Well, see, so like that was my first, like, I guess like natural growth cycle, you know? And then, cause from 175, I went up to 205. And then from 205, I like my heaviest was 215 in high school. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's huge still.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
not a lot of kids are in the 200s in high school.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I remember I met a friend's dad for the first time, and he was like, oh, you're not gonna shake my hand like a man or whatever. And I already knew, yeah, cause I did like not a soft handshake, but just like a normal, yeah. And, but I had known his dad, I mean, his son had already told me he had like real bad arthritis in his like wrists and shit, you know? But then he said that. And so I like freaking crushed his hand, bro. He was like, oh shit. And I was like, yeah, he told me he had arthritis, and he's like, yeah, I do. He's like, thanks for being thoughtful, bro. You know, but like, I was like,
it happens so often with me. Like, I'll give people a firm handshake, and they're like, wow, I thought your handshake would squeeze harder. And I'm like,
yeah,
that's not how you're supposed to shake someone's hand.
No.
That's been, done.
Yeah.
But that's happened to me a lot when I'm out and stuff, where people are like, oh, like, crush my hand. And I was like,
yeah. Or they think, I don't know, they get like a perceived, almost like you should be an asshole, almost, or something.
Yeah, they just assume you're a meathead or something.
Yeah.
I got that a bunch in high school too, because I was like, I just lived in the weight room, man. Because like I said, it was my dream.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's what, basically I went from football aspirations to like bodybuilding aspirations. Then I realized like the whole shit with steroids, and I was like, well, I don't really want to do that at least like at this moment, you know? So I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I want to, like, now, from then on, it was like owning a gym or owning like a nutritional company or, like being more business focused,
See, that's something I want to do eventually. Like, I've had this idea where I want to try and create a company that sponsors young athletes who have great potential.
Yeah. Yeah.
And essentially just give them a salary, like maybe $500 a month, something like that.
Yeah.
Just so that, kids' parents know that they can make a living and to help with grocery bills and supplements and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Not necessarily one of the brand deals where it's like, hey, I'm going to give you my product. More so, hey, like I'm giving you cash flow.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, there's a difference between like being an ambassador and then being like a sponsored athlete. Like
right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
It's who was it? I think Jimmy Cole did something similar.
Okay.
Where he's giving athletes cash. That's something I definitely want to do. Like you said, the business side, whether it's owning a gym or a supplement store or something like that.
Yeah.
I kind of want to make a company eventually where we can sponsor young athletes and find some new potential, man.
Yeah. Promote growth, not only in human form, but in the sport, So.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. There's a couple kids out there who are like freaks.
Yeah.
And I feel like they deserve a lot more attention than they have. So.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess as far as like, I know you got to heal up from that tricep injury and everything, but like as far as future goals, like I have faith you're gonna hit 700, like probably no problem. But like after 700, like are you gonna keep going with that, or like what's your, I guess, long-term goal?
So right now, I after I hit 700, I probably want to focus on being healthy for a bit.
Yeah.
Because, as dumb as this sounds, like I'm 100% not healthy right now.
Got you. Yeah.
I breathe really heavy. I struggle doing cardio. If I walk up the stairs, I get out of breath.
Yeah.
I'm just not built to be this heavy, man. My frame, it's hard. Like I said, I was 175 when I was younger.
Yeah.
Pretty heavy right now.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to hit 700 in the gym, and I would like to beat the 275 all-time world record, which is 650.3.
Okay.
Ted Arcidi set that back in, I believe, the early 80s.
Okay. And is that like a raw weight?
It's a raw full power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I could hit 700 in the gym, I'm sure I could hit 650 in a full power meet.
Oh yeah.
At least. And then from there, maybe do a cut and do a bodybuilding show or just take a health phase.
Yeah.
I just want to try and do it all, man. I want to see what I can do with my body while I'm still somewhat young.
Yeah. Because see, I get torn between them. I'm like, well, like the strength, as far as me, like I don't care about, for me personally, like getting to like a 700-pound bench, but I know strength will come regardless of like whether you're doing bodybuilding, powerlifting, strongman. Yeah. And so like
a lot of kids don't realize that. Sorry, I'm talking about kids so much.
That's cool.
Like technically I'm an influencer, so I'm trying to, give as much advice I can for the younger generations. People our age.
Yeah.
Like you just said, if you're bodybuilding or you're powerlifting, strength will come. What a lot of kids don't realize is they need to do the high volume sets, the high rep sets.
Yeah.
To build that base. That's what a lot of bodybuilders do.
Yeah.
And they naturally get strong from it. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do a lot of bodybuilding in my off season. I do sets like 12 to 15.
Yeah.
On bench as well, so it's absolutely brutal, but we get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of want to see what I look like when I get lean.
Yeah. You're gonna be.
I used to be like pretty shredded. I used to have an 8-pack and obliques and all that.
Oh.
And veins.
Yeah.
And I was like 220, but now I'm pretty chunky.
Yeah, dude. Well, you're freaking massive, though. I mean, like you don't look fat. You know what I mean? So like, it's
not really that I'm fat, man. I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I can't really pinch much on my belly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I am. It's just like I saw the picture you posted on Instagram with it was like a group photo and you're like, guess how much I weigh? And I was like, I don't know, but you're like twice as thick as like the biggest dude there. Like from a side profile.
I was standing behind my girlfriend in that picture, and it looks like I'm trying to stand in front. I'm not. I was like leaning back.
Yeah, you're trying to. I do the same thing. I kind of try not to be up front with the photos because then it makes you look like you're like, yeah, flaring shit.
I was tempted to throw in a little flex in there, but I didn't.
Yeah, dude.
We were having fun, man. I didn't want to do anything dumb. So.
Yeah. The only time I really like flex in public, like if I'll like jokingly do it if somebody's like, "Oh damn, dude, your arms are like pretty big," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, brother," like you know what I mean, and then like that's it. You know, I don't know. I've never really felt that. I guess the ego behind it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But so.
See, I feel like I don't want the attention.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks I work out for attention. That's the exact opposite. I work out for myself.
Yeah, exactly.
So obviously now I work out for some goals and obviously sponsors as well. But
yeah,
it's definitely something that I do because I love it, not for attention.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, man. Well, I really appreciate everything with this interview. It was pretty eye opening. So.
I mean, in what sense?
Huh?
You know, just like, in what sense was it eye-opening? Like, just training-wise?
No, like, I mean, like, about you, because I haven't, because I haven't really, like, you're an influencer,
I don't
but,
really talk about personal stuff a lot on there.
yeah, that's the main thing. Like, for example, like, I'll see a lot of Ronnie Coleman shit, you know, but until he had like a little mini documentary about himself, and that's like where I really enjoyed, you know, I was like, oh, he's a policeman, oh, he's done this, you know what I mean, like, so that's what I mean, like eye-opening about you, basically. So
I get that.
yeah.
No, I was just curious because it's like, I don't know, that's one of the reasons why I like doing these podcasts, man. Like, I've done podcasts for random people I don't even know, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
talk about whatever, do whatever, try and get my name out there. Hopefully help kids out or whoever's hearing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's-
So, are you, really all I know is that you're a power lifter, you know, or a strength trainer. And so like, if you don't mind, what do you do, as a living? Are you a trainer or do you?
So in my earlier 20s, I was a contract engineer fresh out of college.
Yeah.
Recently, I really haven't been working. I'm technically a full-time influencer. I have some investments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I picked up a day job at my gym.
Okay.
At the front desk.
Yeah.
I tell a lot of kids this, like, you can make great money influencing. I make decent money. I'll say it's good enough, you know. But you always want to have backup, you know.
Yeah.
So for me, right now, it's like we were talking earlier, owning a gym, running a business, stuff like that. But right now, I'm just pretty much trying to stack up as much as I can, money-wise.
Yeah.
So working at a desk sounds like a shitty job, and it doesn't really pay well.
Yeah.
But the way I look at it is I'm getting paid to eat my meals. I'm getting paid to interact on social media.
Yeah.
And I'm getting paid to pretty much run my other businesses.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good when something can like allow you the freedom to pursue your goal, basically.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I do right now, man. I don't know. That's pretty basic.
Yeah, but
I used to train, and I was pretty good at it. I didn't really like training with people who weren't serious about it, so I stopped.
Yeah.
But the people who were serious about it made some really good progress. Thinking about coaching.
Okay.
But I don't feel comfortable coaching people right now because I don't really know if they would make progress or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I've never done it before, so how can I charge someone if I don't know it'll work?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's hard to do, you know, versus like right now I push one of my friends who's a coach. He's really good. He's done my off season a few times.
Okay.
And I always push his programs and stuff on my socials, just because he's a great coach.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, for me, like I currently am a mail carrier, so yeah, but it does allow for me, you know, time after work or time,
Right.
you know, vacation time or something to do like
To pursue your other thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Just people don't realize like the grind doesn't stop, man.
Yeah,
You know, I could be making 6 figures or whatever, or not 7 figures, but you know what I mean. I could be making a crazy amount of money, but I'm still going to keep trying to make more or open up other, you know, expansions. Sorry, my cat.
Yeah.
She's smacking me right now. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I'm just trying to, you know, expand my income every way possible.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm still doing what I love. Like, I'm not going to sell myself or anything like that.
Yeah.
A couple people have said that like I was a sellout when I was signing with some companies, but I honestly love their products.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. I don't really see it as a sellout. Like if you actually enjoy them, you actually take them. You know, whatever. It's
Right.
you're repping what people want to know about you and what you do, and what that includes the supplements that you use.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah. I guess I'm gonna be checking in on you because I'm following your road to 700 and your all that stuff, as well as tens of thousands of other people. But I don't know. I know you're gonna hit it, so that's gonna be.
I hope, man. Like
Yeah.
I said, a lot of people have asked me about it, and I'm like, it was something that I didn't think would ever happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very close. I hit 635 for a double RP9. If I had tripled it, that means that my one rep would have been 700.
Yeah.
And then this happened.
Yeah.
Now it's like they say I'll be 100%, but like I don't know
Yeah.
what happens. So we'll see, man. I'm really hoping it happens. If not, I'll still try and set that record and then just, you know, go from there. But
Yeah.
maybe I'll just do a mega bloat and hit over 300 pounds, and then I'll bench 7.
Yeah. Bench 7 and then just become a strongman.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just bulk or 400 pounds. And that's the thing. I've always wanted to be a strongman competitor, but like the pro strongmen are all in the 400s, man.
I can't. Yeah. There's no way I could do that. Like
I don't know how Eddie Hall, he was 440 in his prime at 6'3", I think.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's how, I'm 6'2".
Mm-hmm.
That's like twice as heavy as I am, man.
Yeah.
Not really, but close to it.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's so much. So, but
I don't think a lot of people do that.
yeah. I do have to wrap this up just because Zoom cuts meetings short because but I do want you to tell me like where people can find you and everything.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, just Daniel Ryjov. I don't really use any other platforms. But yeah,
Okay.
that's it, man. I appreciate all the support I can get. You know, I try my best to respond to everyone. So you'll probably see me on TikTok responding to comments a lot.
Yeah.
My Instagram has been like bugging out. Like I can't respond to comments half the time, and I can't find them half the time. It's weird, man.
Yeah, they
Like,
keep.
if I like filter and go to the comments,
Yeah.
it like won't let me scroll through it. It like stops after like 20 comments.
Oh, yeah. Mine. I don't know if that's like a weird feature that they tried to do or what. I don't know, but mine does that too.
It'll say load more, and I'll go to load more, and it just refreshes and doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I got you. But okay, man. Well, it's been awesome talking to you. I'd like to do it in the future after 700. That'd be sweet.
I'm down, man.
Okay.
You got me. Just let me know when. I'm pretty much free all the time. You know, I train at night, so during the day I don't really do much.
Okay.
But yeah, dude. Hopefully I'll hit 7 before my birthday.
Yeah, for sure. When's your birthday?
That'll happen. September.
Okay, sweet.
I doubt that'll happen, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll yell.
Yeah. If not, it'll be close, I'm sure. So. Yeah.
A year and a half, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You'll make it, man.
Oh.
All right, dude. Well, I'll keep in touch, and once again, thank you.
All right, bro. Of course. It was a pleasure, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Later.
All right, dude. Peace.
Peace.